Hello everyone and welcome to another update video from the Pro Traders Lounge. My name is Younes and today, as requested, we will be taking a look at the Bitcoin early wave count and see how that has been progressing and what I'm expecting in the near future. So let's dive straight into the charts here and let's go over that. So I'm still tracking this to be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upsides, and still looking for a corrective phase of a higher degree wave 1 on the higher time frame charts on the BitTime chart. I have changed my account here a little bit because I believe this one makes the most sense here. I've changed this into a 3-wave structure, ABC zigzag to the downside, and we are now tracking this to be a ABC expanding flat before we see another potential ABC to the downside to finish the WXY, and then maybe we do see another push to the upside, but that's far ahead. Let's go a little bit more here locally and let's go over this, why I believe this is an important zone where we are coming in for the targets of the expanding flat. We are reaching some of those levels and it is important to know where we are at. So why do I like these expanding flats? First of all, it is mostly because of the end of the expanding flat here. It is pretty clear here that we do have the scenario of an impulse that could be playing out here. So as we know, the expanding flat is a 3-3-5 structure. So we see the impulse at the end, clear 5 waves at the end here. So that's why I do still like this scenario here to play out. Also, just to mention here, we have hit those targets of the expanding flats for wave B pretty nicely, and we are now also coming into the targets of wave C of that expanding flat. So yeah, for me it does seem like a very likely scenario. Today I will be covering the more bearish scenario, of course. So yeah, we could be expecting to see new lows in the coming year. This could take a while to form, but yeah, we also have a bullish scenario, of course, but I will be focusing on the bearish one for today. The more bullish one is shared into the group, of course, and yeah. So I do want to mention something that is pretty nice to have somewhat of a view of what to expect for the bearish scenario, what could be seen, and that is we have some kind of a fractal. I mean, I'm not looking for this to be exactly the same because it is just a copy of this section here, but it just visualizes a little bit of what to expect of somewhat of a move down that we could expect. If it turns into another zigzag here, you see a nice A, B, C to the downside, which is possible. It is difficult to predict, but it's just nice to give you that visualization of what could we expect in the future. So for targets of the wave Y, it's pretty simple for me. There's only really one big target. If you do pull a fib and you just give it the targets of WXY, then you know, and you're looking, personally I wouldn't look at the 1-to-1 because that's a little bit too nearby. But I do like that 1.236. It is one of my favorite fibs. Let's see if we go on the higher time frame here. We do still have this untouched zone, not retested yet. So yeah, for me that's an important zone. Let's see if we have some levels there. I have to check the lower levels. We still have some levels, but they're pretty far down. That starts at 11K. So not really that much confluence, but yeah, it's nice to have that target box somewhat, yeah, that it does make sense of coming into the targets of wave Y. This is a really big zone, of course, between the 1.236 and the 1618, but yeah, it all depends on how we approach that level. Do we just really fall heavily from here, or do we get those nice 3-wave structures and we maybe get a nice impulse to the downside here, and then we can anticipate the 5th wave to end somewhere in this area and then maybe see that push up. So it will depend on how we reach that. If we do have this bearish scenario play out. So let's go a little bit more locally and see how that has been looking like. The local counts go on the 4 hour. So yeah, we're still looking for this to be the wave 1, and then the 2, and then 3, and then whatever happened here, the expanding flat. In my opinion, it looks like an expanding flat, and then a 5th wave to the upside, which potentially ended our higher time frame impulse, which is important, especially as a swing trader. You need to be aware of those higher time frame pivotal points to get into shorts or longs, like we did on this section here. Let's bring it a little bit back and let's go FL. So we were aware of this potential to be the wave 1, and then we were looking for that higher low scenario to put in, the potential bullish scenario, which we also traded, of course. We had that higher low. There was an easy long setup. I mean, it was an easy long setup because I had that plan. I had the fractal that was playing with me, and then it came out perfectly. We had no bears really trying to push it down. The bulls just bought it straight back up, and then that was for me the activation of the long, because I knew I had the potential of this becoming a really big swing trade, and of us like squeezing back out of this range, which happened really nicely. And then I've just rode it up, taking profits, recompounded here on the first leg down, and then gradually scaling out of that position. So for me, I am no longer in that position. For me, that was a nice 5th wave. So I'm looking for a nice correction. So yeah, it looks fairly decent so far. Am I fully bearish where it is right now? Not yet, really. It's not looking that great for the bulls, but there's still a scenario where this does take the highs again, but we'll see what happens here. So let's go a little bit more locally here. So for me, this was also pretty nice here. This last section here, I did update this into the Sunday swinger session. Let's delete this and then open this. So I had the idea of us for the swing sessions. We do swing sessions every Sunday, so we give out ideas of what we expect for the market to how it plays out, how it could play out, and then we share it with our members on a full in-depth live stream. We go over our levels and ideas of what we expect. So for me, the bearish scenario, of course, had a little bit more value to it, because I had that higher time frame ELLIOTT wave count in the back of my mind, like, okay, this could be a pivotal high that be put in. So I said I remain with the same idea of a potential swing failure or a failed auction above the highs, and but I also want to add a bullish scenario. Of course, we are always aware of the bullish and the bearish scenario, but this was the bearish one. So we never saw any strength, so I was expecting some kind of a ending diagonal type of move, a very difficult short to get into those swing trades. Usually really difficult to get in, and then I mean the timing wasn't really right, but yeah, you see it was something like this, and then another move up, and then another move up. It's just those trades are difficult to get in for some people. Because they take out liquidity all the time, they push the highs, everybody gets euphoric, then they push it back down, everybody gets bearish, then they push it back up, and so on and so on. So difficult trades to be had here for, I would expect, for the majority of people. But yeah, for us, we were prepared for that. Like I said, we had that idea, and then we just trade our ideas, of course. So not fully bearish yet, but yeah, we are starting to lose some market structure on higher time frames. The daily, I would say it's still pretty far away, but yeah, this remains a key point of market structure. But yeah, we could, in my opinion, if I would say, would I expect something to happen on the higher time frame, I would expect something like this. Maybe we do still see this is especially for the bearish scenario, of course. We do still move down, and then we take that low, and then we see another higher low, lower high, my bad, and then we finally do like breakdown. and then we usually come to the golden zone, which is a main target for that's just I've seen Bitcoin retrace to that target so many times and then get a big push down. So yeah, I would expect something like that to happen, just to get everybody bearish at taking those lows and then push it back up, get everybody bullish again, and then we finally see a big push. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, for me this is still somewhat of a key zone for bulls to protect, because we don't have that much below us right here. Could just fall very quickly here. So I would expect them to defend that, and then let's see if we do get a push back up towards, like, depends on how low we push here, towards that 23 area. Let's see, a little bit far ahead, but I could envision something like that. For the local count, if I will remain a little bit more patient before I start labeling this, because I do see the potential of this being a bearish move already, but I do also see the potential of it just being some kind of a three-wave move, and then we do still push up. So for me, the key level here that I'm looking at to reclaim for a sign of strength is going to be 23,600. So that would then pretty much confirm that this was somewhat of a three-wave, so an A, B, C potentially, and then we have the C right here, and then we do reclaim that level and maybe push higher. Nobody says it has to go down. We're just prepared for both ways. If it does go down, nice. If it doesn't go down and we push higher, also nice. So we know our levels and we know what we are looking for. And that's pretty much how I would approach this section of the count. Like I said, I'll also have a bullish count, of course. Without going into full in-depth, we could imagine Bitcoin maybe do something like this is an impulse, so this is all wave one, and now we are just correcting this impulse. Who knows, some kind of maybe it's a simple A, B, and then a C, and then we do see that push back up. So it's always on the table, and then this is going to be a key level to break right here for the wave 3 to confirm. We need to see that momentum there for the breakout, of course. And, yeah. But yeah, let's see how this develops. So what do I want to mention? Quickly go over. We are starting a new month now. So March, we have a few new lesson videos, of course. We are starting off with Patrick, the master scalper. He's going over the lower time frame volume. I'm looking forward to that. And then we have Michael with the wave clusters next, and then traders with fractals. That's going to be a very interesting one. I'm looking forward to that one, especially because I like to use fractals myself. So there's always something to learn from others, of course. And then we have Patrick again with rect zones, and then Chris with developing point of controls. Oh, what was that? Anyways, what I also want to mention quickly, we had a new channel put in. Of course, we are just showing us what we are doing, but if you do not believe us, of course, we have a testimonial channel, which is new from a few days ago, and we are already seeing lovely comments from our community members. We have such great people in there, really. It is amazing how those people are just a community vibe. We are just all friends. I can read through some of these. Like Diesel said, I highly recommend to give the Pro Traders Lounge a try. Wade said, it has been a life-changing decision for him. Virulete is one of our OG members. PTL has changed my approach to trading and brought me up to speed to so many details not covered elsewhere. So then we have Peter. It's not, of course, not a signals group, but the trade ideas shared are often right on. Great learning lessons. And then we have a newer member, Ronin. No egos, just helpful people and consistent updates, training, and methods that I've never seen before. So always great to hear some from feedback. We are open to bad feedback, good feedback. We are here to learn. And so far we're only getting good feedback, so that's obviously great to see. So that's gonna be it for me. That's gonna be a wrap up. I'll leave you with a last chart. Of course, no financial advice. And see you guys on the next update. Cheers, guys.